Good evening, and welcome to our 49th edition of the Wildcat Sports Network. I'm your host, Nick Luttrell. On tonight's show, we reflect back after the tough loss against Bentonville. Coach Wood will be here to help break down Rogers' heritage, and our very special guest, the voice of the Wildcats, will be in the studio. Let's get right to it. It's Friday, September 28th, 2018. It's homecoming, and the Wildcat Sports Network starts right now. Kick things off is Wildcat head coach Chris Wood. Coach, last Friday night your team began conference play and took a tough loss against Bentonville. What were some of the takeaways from that game?
Well, I mean, it just is one of those games where everything snowballed on us really quickly again. A little bit like the second quarter against PA. Happened to us really in the first quarter here. And really offense is played behind the chains the whole first quarter. I mean, bad snaps, penalties, and so we just, a lot of things where we shot ourselves in the foot and really couldn't get manageable downs. And then, of course, kicking game was really a struggle for us. I mean, just didn't do a really good job getting coverage on our special teams unit. So Bentonville always had a short field, and so you go back to that as a coach and you look at it and see what you got to do better to help you guys be successful, because in the back end of that stuff, those are things we can all correct and we can take care of and give ourselves a better chance. But if it could go wrong, it went wrong. But it wasn't because of the heart and the fight and the passion of our guys, and they did that. And you know, it's our job as the coaches to make sure we're putting them in a situation to be successful, working on those things and those areas of need, and that's what we've done this week to get ready for Rogers Heritage.
Now, one of the challenges our broadcast team faced was the rain. It was absolutely pouring on Friday night.
Yeah.
How did that kind of affect the game plan and the way you guys played?
Well, I mean, it really didn't affect the plan or anything. I just thought, you can't use, we preach to our guys all the time, you can't use anything as an excuse. I mean, Bentonville had the same conditions we had, and they executed and we didn't, and that's what it all really boils down to, and just they took advantage of those opportunities that we gave them. And anytime you're trying to defend a short field over and over, it's very hard on defense. And then, like I said, offensively, we could never get the field flipped, couldn't get in a rhythm offensively. And then, the third phase of that kicking game. And so that's really where you kind of go back and you hang your hat on at the end of the day, believe in extreme ownership on that. And that's really on us, and really no elements or nothing else out there.
And also in that game, we saw a couple players that not normally get playing time, such as Liam Taylor, Jeremy Rondon, and some other guys. Was this because of injuries, or will we talk about why maybe these guys got playing time when they usually don't?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that next guy up mentality. Liam Taylor got an opportunity to play because Nick Buchanan was out with a concussion. And so we slid Walker Emmel in, another sophomore, played him at receiver. Liam Taylor, which is doing a really good job on Monday nights for us, really good hard worker, and that gave him an opportunity to get on the field as well. And so, we had that youth movement going on out there with 3 sophomores and a junior at the receiver spots as we got going. Of course, Gavin Courtney continues, and Luke Sawyer continue to give us quality snaps when they're in the game. And then, Jeremy Rondon at tailback was able to come in there after Max Pena and run the ball for us, and he's getting better. He's getting used to the game of football. And then defensively, Kobe Jory got to go in at safety because we lost Griffin with a knee injury. It's a minor one. We think we'll have him back next week, but that's just that. That's excited for Kobe. I mean, he's a guy that's, a lot of guys probably don't know his name, but he's one of our better guys at the practice on doing the little things right for us. He does a lot of servicing our first offense, and so when he had that opportunity, I was excited to see him out there and make some plays for us.
Yeah. A couple guys such as Keaton Eagle, who we'll talk to later, played both offense and defense.
Right.
Can you talk a little about that decision and maybe his development throughout the season?
Well, I think as we've gotten into the year and with just the magnitude of injuries we kind of take on each and every week, it's just it's week to week on who we have and who we don't, just because of injuries. And we're just looking at our skill set of our guys and who can help us on both sides of the ball, utilizing our guys. Fullback position, we think Keaton Eagle's a special guy. He's fast, he's physical, he's powerful. He can do anything for us. And what we like about Keaton really is his servant mentality. He's a servant leader. He comes in, he works, he has the right mindset, right attitude, a positive attitude. Just a great example of what you should look like and how you should carry yourself. And he's a guy we trust, and so being able to put him on both sides of the ball, we don't miss a beat. We think it makes us better in the long haul, and we continue to look at guys like that, like a John Glenn that plays some at the fullback position, plays some defensive end. I think you'll see some swing guys this week, and Hunter going both, at the receiver and probably playing some safety. for us, and you've got other guys like Nick Buchanan that could slip over and play some corner, Liam Taylor, Walker Emmel, the names go on. So we just kind of, as you move throughout the year and your team kind of defines itself, and the biggest thing for us, the biggest challenge for us this year has just been the injuries. We've had a unique amount of injuries, and I've been really proud of the kids that step up each and every week to try to give us that opportunity to be successful.
Thanks, Coach. We'll bring you back later on to help close out the show.
All right, appreciate it.
But right now, let's hear from a few more of our sponsors. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, Keaton Eagle will be in the studio. WCSN will be right back.
Champions are not merely born. They're forged in the crucible that is flag football. With equal parts turf, pigskin, and heart. That's why Buffalo Wild Wings donates to boys and girls clubs across the country to not only help thousands of kids learn about teamwork on and off the field, but to help them fulfill their destiny. To shred defensive lines, terrorize the secondary, and emerge bonded as true champions.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Hey, Nick, catch.
Joining us now is junior Keaton Eagle. Keaton, I'm sure last Friday night wasn't quite the start you guys expected for conference play, but what were some of the things you guys reflected on after that loss to Bentonville?
We really did emphasize special teams this week. We drilled it a lot harder. We have a few different guys going out there. Really, we were trying to emphasize the special teams, trying to get better at that, make sure we get the ball where we want it, starting these long drives. And overall, we just need to play more as a team. We had a few guys last week that kind of, had the me before we mentality, and Coach Wood really drove that point home this week that we need to, you need to put the team before yourself.
Mm-hmm. As we mentioned earlier, you had to step up a lot in that game, not only playing defensive line, but you played defense and offensive line. What was it like going both sides of the ball on Friday?
I love it. It's great getting to play on both sides, getting to help out our offense when I can. I love doing it. I love getting those crackback blocks, and Coach Wood was setting me up for success there.
Now, between offensive line and defensive line, which do you feel you're the most comfortable at?
I've been playing defensive line my whole life. I'm kind of newer to the fullback and still learning the offense, still trying to get all that down. So I'm more comfortable on defensive line right now, but I love them both.
Yeah. And now tonight you'll face off against Rogers Heritage at home. It's going to be homecoming, a big crowd there. What does it mean having the student section and all the fans and having this game at home?
We haven't gotten to see them since Pulaski, so I mean, every man on this team has just been wanting to come back home and play with our family up there in the stands.
Now you've probably been able to watch a lot of film. What can we expect out of Rogers Heritage tonight?
They're big dudes up front. They're going to try to run the ball at us, and they're going to try to, knock us around, but we're going to stay stout, and we're going to hopefully come back with a win.
Yeah, thanks, Keaton, and good luck tonight. Let's take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned. Coming up next, we have the voice of the Wildcats, plus Miller Herndon is in the studio. WCSN will be right back.
Wildcat fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of HAR-BER Wildcat Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the HAR-BER Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Wildcat. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the HAR-BER Wildcats, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Here at HAR-BER, athletes make things run much smoother.
Need a runner. 2 seconds slower than the last time, Chris. Come on.
You heard the name a lot last year as his brother graduated and is now playing football at Pitt State University. This year, his younger brother Ty Cofer is making his own name on a football field. We were standing by last Friday night and were able to catch up with both Peyton and Ty. Here's the story. Conference play starting tonight. The heavy rain will force both the Cats and the Tigers to be at their best. And for safety Ty Cofer, who leads the team in forced fumbles, you can definitely expect that this junior will be at his best.
He's mature and he's been in a situation where he knows what's coming from an offense and has been able to get people lined up, put them in the right situations to help them try to be more successful. I think just because he concentrates on what he's supposed to do, he does a good job of getting the line right. He actually goes through and makes sure that he's doing his assignment and then he tries to finish. I think the biggest thing is just having an older brother as a leader that tell you what's going on and what's going to happen in front of you. So I think that was good that he had a role model in front of him.
Safety Ty Cofer has learned a lot from his teammates, but more than anybody is his older brother and former Wildcat who has taught him a lot and pushed him to become who he is today.
And just him getting older and more confident, you see him kind of filling the hole more and stuff like that. And I mean, that just comes with playing time and experience, and I still see it to this day. He struggles with some stuff, but the more he plays, the more he gets experience, the more confident he'll get in that. He's just seen it go through it, and for 3 years, and he's got that little bit of a leadership quality. And he does his technique well and stuff, but he's just got a knack for the football game. I'm very, very hard on him because I want him to be great, and I want him to work hard. And so I mean, I'm hard on him. I push him a lot. I do my best to encourage him and coach him up, But I'm strict on him when he needs to be strict on. Not only has Peyton gone hard on his younger brother, pushing him to the limit, but he's also been someone Ty can truly look up to as a player and as a brother.
He's just helped me with experience, like giving me tips and like telling me what might happen and what I can do to get better. Last year was my first year playing safety, and that's when I've known Coach Simpson for a while because of my older brother, but making the transition from outside linebacker to safety has been pretty fun just because he's been helping me too, and like the way he coaches and he's intense and I like him. Throughout the practice, he always has us run to the ball, like even if the play is dead, like everybody get to the ball. So I feel like that's helped just me like being alert on the field and like going after the play. Despite a tough loss here tonight, the Wildcats must focus on the positives as it is still very early on in the year. Tune in next Friday as our Wildcats look to regain momentum at home against Rogers Heritage. For WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell. Ty Cofer is a junior and averaging about 6 tackles a game on defense. Definitely a player to watch out for in the future. Be sure to watch out for number 6 tonight on our 6th game of the year. That's 666. Coincidence? I think not. Let's take a quick commercial break, hear from a few more of our sponsors. But up next, the voice of the Wildcats will be here in person. Don't go anywhere. WCSN will be right back.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have a diverse population like Springdale for kids in the classroom to see people that look like them. So it gives them a role model.
I always say if I had somebody like me in kindergarten that could speak both of the languages, that would be tons of help.
We go out of our way to provide everything that we can so that their children can get a wonderful education, because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Northwest Arkansas, it's growing. That's one of the great things.
I am originally from San Antonio, and I cannot tell you, this is a wonderful place to raise your children.
It's just a great place to live, to work, and just to have fun.
Joining us now is the one and only Donald Tucker, but you might know him better as the voice of the Wildcats on every football broadcast this year. Donald, thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to be here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Nick, and thanks for wearing pants.
You're welcome. Well, I should be addressing you as President Tucker. You are the president of the Varsity Club. Will you tell us a little about what the Varsity Club is?
Sure. The Varsity Club is just a division of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. It was created to raise money for the district athletics, whether it be equipment, training for the coaches, travel, anything we can do to support the athletics in Springdale. The Varsity Club is here to support that.
So how does one join the Varsity Club?
So the Varsity Club has a website. It's varsityclub.springdaleathleticfoundation.org. You go there, it has an online form, you click a button, it takes you to the online form, you fill out the form, submit your payment through PayPal, and you're a member.
What are some of the goals of Varsity Club, and where do you see it going in the future?
Yeah, the main purpose of the Varsity Club is to join old coaches and current coaches and athletes, kind of to get together, talk about the old stories, and to raise money for the district. So we're trying to build membership. The more members, the more money we get monthly. The more money we get monthly, the more we can support and the more funds we can direct towards Springdale athletics.
Now you've been with WCSN since day one. We talk a little about the evolution of football and maybe the evolution of the Wildcat Sports Network as well.
Yeah, no, the football is, the changes I've noticed in football is it's gotten a lot more complex. You have to be very smart to play football, and there's a lot of schemes, there's a lot of things you have to remember when you're out on the field, and it isn't just, when I played, it was, A to B, and do that 100%. Now it's A, B, C, D, G, there's a couple cues in there, and there's a lot of schemes that you got to remember, and a lot of plays, and a lot of responsibilities, so it's a lot more complex than when I played, but each year it seems like it grows and grows and grows. You kind of stand on the shoulder, so to speak, of the class that came before you. And each year I've noticed that these guys get more like college players than they do high school players. So it's been a joy to watch that. And then, the broadcast, you guys, you do a phenomenal job. We say it every single week, the Wildcat Sports Network, you guys get Emmys, a ton of Emmys every year. You guys are professional. We're here. You're not wearing pants, but we're in here in a the newsroom, so to speak, and high dollar equipment. And from day one, it was a blue screen, right? And we were kind of like we're reading the script off a chalkboard, it seemed like. And so the evolution is just every single year it gets better and better and better, and that's really all you can ask for.
Now let's get back to HAR-BER. As a former player, and might add one of the best in Springdale Public Schools, what is it like watching the game from a different perspective from the announcer's booth? Yeah, it's a lot less pressure. I'm calling what I see and talking about what's happening. And the guys are down in the trenches and they're doing the hard work, and they have all the responsibility and all the pressure of you don't really have time to think about what you're doing. You have to react. So it's a lot more enjoyable watching the game than it is being inside the game, especially as an old has-been, so to speak. So I have a blast and I enjoy it. Now, last Friday, our Wildcats had a tough loss at Bentonville, who's always a tough team to play. Or some of the thoughts from that game?
Yeah, Very tough loss, but every time Springdale or HAR-BER goes to Bentonville and plays Bentonville, period, it's a fist fight every single game, and it's going to be that way probably from here on out. The thing is that I've noticed that it's just the small mistakes, the small tweaks, the stuff that you can change in practice that we have to get better at. Penalties are always costly, turnovers are always costly. And I think that probably could have been a major part of the game. If those things were eliminated, I think it would have been a lot closer.
Mm-hmm. Now it seems like we need like a pickup game after that loss against Bentonville. How important will be having the game tonight at home, a home game that we haven't had in about a month?
Yeah, no, it's great to be home. You always want to play in a home environment, especially here at Wildcat Stadium, because the fans are they're the 12th guy on the field, right? So you always use the fans at the home stadium, and these guys do a fantastic job. Where you got the band going crazy and the student section going crazy, and it's always great to come home, especially with homecoming. Homecoming's got the extra flair, the extra activities. So it's always great, and it's exactly what we need after a tough loss and after being gone for several weeks. Come home and kind of get our legs underneath us and get a home stretch going.
What would you like to see our Wildcats do to maybe make some improvement tonight?
I think just get back to fundamentals. Just eliminate all the costly the penalties and the errors and turnovers and stuff like that. I mean, every coach says that, but I think that's really what it boils down to, is you get back to those things and you don't beat yourself. It's hard enough that you have to play against a great team, but then you got to worry about your own mistakes. And so that takes away from the game, it takes away from the game strategy. And as a coach, you're looking back and you have this game play and this game strategy set up, and then you're taking play after play after play, working to a big play, and then you get another penalty, and it completely destroys your game plan. So if you can create this consistency of eliminating penalties and eliminating turnovers, then the flow of the game and the coaching game plan can be initiated, and it works a lot better. So I think that's the big challenge here for tonight, is just get back to basics, eliminate the penalties, and eliminate the turnovers.
Definitely. Now the Rogers Heritage coach, you have a pretty good relationship with him. What can we expect out of the War Eagles tonight?
Coach Travis does a fantastic job. He's an amazing coach. I think his strength is he connects with players. They've had a rough stretch here, last year and coming into this year, but the thing is he's trying to build a long-term thing in Rogers. And so you can expect them coming to the field. They're going to be well-disciplined. They're going to be fundamentally sound. May not have a lot of talent, but they're consistent. And so they're even all across the board, which in itself could be very dangerous because you don't have a highlight player that you can go to. You have everybody that's kind of carrying the load evenly. And like I said, they're going to be talented and consistent all across the board, so they're going to be tough to play.
Mm-hmm. What do our Wildcats need to do to get a win tonight?
I think just eliminate the mistakes. That's it. Just, if they can go out there and eliminate the mistakes and have a good time, just have fun. Go out there, just like, remember why you played football and do that and enjoy the game. I think the rest will take care of itself. Those guys are overcoached. Like, those guys have some of the best coaches in the conference or in the state. And so when they come in here and go out there and just remember what they're supposed to do, and they go out there and have fun, the rest will take care of itself.
Donald, thanks for taking your time out of tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Don't forget, if you want to visit the Varsity Club, visit varsityclub.springdaleathleticsfoundation.org. All proceeds go directly back into the Springdale Athletics. Let's hear from a few more of our sponsors, but stay tuned. We'll have Miller Herndon in the studio. Plus, Coach Wood helps break down Rogers Heritage. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
Will gives to Garrett on the draw. He's got a hole. Garrett inside the 20. Garrett still going inside the 10. 5, touchdown Springdale.
Hi, I'm Dennis Buss.
And I'm Don Strubing. And we want you to join the Varsity Club.
It's a club that connects former Springdale High and HAR-BER High student athletes, coaches, and administrators.
Plus, funds from this club may be used to support scholarships and teams.
For charter memberships, you only have to pay $20 a year.
But for the first 5 years you're out of school, members only have to pay $5. Join now.
The Varsity Club.
Seconds, he still had gone. 7, 6, 5, Perry to the rack. Good! Perry off the rack, Hempfield's full court shot, no good, HAR-BER wins! Tyler Perry holds the ball for 2 minutes and then finishes off the glass. HAR-BER in full control.
People treat us like we're kids. Yeah, we're kids. We're also all-stars. We're quarterbacks. We're fighters. We're teammates. We're hype men. We make each other strong. We're kids for now, but we're all-stars for life.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness center, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Our Lady Wildcat volleyball team is cruising through conference play, sitting at the top seed in the 6A West. After coming off 2 huge wins against Fayetteville and Bentonville, beating them both in just 3 sets. I finally took the time to get a first-hand look at just what it takes to be on this elite team in this week's A Day in the Life. Take a look.
2018, junior year. I knew this was going to be my year to find my sport. And what better way to start than trying to hit a ball over a net, right? I took the opportunity of a lifetime to practice with one of the best volleyball teams in the state of Arkansas. Volleyball, pretty simple, right? What could go wrong? I soon learned the answer to that lurking question. At first, I wanted to take my time and be able to analyze all that was going on. I began to look around and try to decide what position I best fit at. I was able to talk with senior Hallie Roberts, who told me what it was like being in the position of a middle blocker, as well as Tori Sugg, who was one of Wildcats' best right-side players. But before I could decide this, I was suddenly thrown into drills.
All right, here we go. Set it up. Both sides. Setters, I want you setting. I'll have you switch every 2 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Ah! That's your zone, Nick. You're out now.
Sorry. Not being very much prepared, I think it's fair to say I wasn't off to the best of starts. And despite all the girls being nice to me, Coach Shishler showed no mercy, treating me just like the others.
In, Nick, in. You have 5 burpees for that.
Oh, gosh.
Yep. Stop letting balls drop.
Sorry.
Ah! There you go, Nick.
I tried to back up. It was just coming so fast.
Move those feet, though. You're going to get your head cut off if you're not careful.
Oh! That's me. Ah.
I'm going to have to make you run already, aren't I?
So about this point in time, I was beginning to regret ever thinking that this game would be easy, and in no way was that the case. As my frustration showed, I realized that there was one key skill I had yet to showcase, my deadly serve.
I'm in positions. No, I'm done.
All you, Nick. All you. Oh, dear. Keep your toss in front of you, Nick. Toss in front of you. Oh, dear. That's new jump serve.
So maybe not even my serve was quite as good as I had once hoped. And after multiple failed attempts, I started to realize just how hard this game was and just how easy these girls made it look. And maybe that's just a testimony as to how good this year's team is, with one of the most encouraging and talented coaches in the state in Coach Shishler, and under the leadership of seniors like J.C. Carpenter, Tori Sugg, Hallie Roberts, Lauren Cloud, and Molly Kingston. This team truly has what it takes to take home a state title. Okay, all right. Cats on 2.
1, 2, 3. Cats.
As always, reporting for WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell.
Our Lady Wildcat volleyball team begins closing out conference play with a home game against rival Springdale, followed by an away match against Bentonville West. Be sure to come out and support their journey to not only conference champions, but state as well. Can't make it? Don't forget, we broadcast every game live. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday. Let's take one more quick commercial break, but when we come back, Miller Herndon is in the studio. WCSN will be right back.
Champions are not merely born, they're forged in the crucible that is flag football. With equal parts turf, pigskin, and heart. That's why Buffalo Wild Wings donates to boys and girls clubs across the country to not only help thousands of kids learn about teamwork on and off the field, but to help them fulfill their destiny, to shred defensive lines, terrorize the secondary, and emerge bonded as true champions.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
So St. Matthews, his lightning fast speed.
No. He's got explosive speed.
Dude, he's lightning fast.
Same. Would you describe your speed as explosive or lightning fast? What? Dude, I'm telling you, he's explosive.
Lightning fast.
What's that? Lightning fast.
Lightning fast.
Yeah.
Joining us now is senior linebacker Miller Herndon. Miller, you've been out pretty much since spring ball with a torn ACL. For those of us who kind of live under a rock, can you tell us what happened and how you tore it?
So basically, when I start, it was the second day of spring ball, and I started rotating on offense as well because I was going to start playing both sides of the ball, get a feel for it. And I ran a 5-yard out route, and the safety came down and tackled me, and my knee just kind of buckled, and I felt it snap too. So,
yeah.
Yep.
So what has the recovery process been like for you?
So I've been going to, well, obviously I had surgery almost a day after I tore it and everything, and then I've been going to physical therapy 3 days a week, every week for the past 4.5 months. So, and it's really supposed to be a 6-month recovery time, but I came back in 4.5 because I've been just really working on it.
Nice. Now, not playing a football game in over 10 months, how excited are you to get back out there tonight?
I'm honestly just itching to hit someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first day back to practice was a couple days ago, and it just really felt nice. Not on my knee as much. I mean, it's a little sore, but it feels good to hit people and tackle and everything.
Yeah. Now, not being able to play the past few weeks, although you've been out, how have you been a leader on this team and kept them encouraged?
I've been just trying to bring the juice every day, whether it's practice or even at the game or even in pregame. I've been just trying to encourage our players, and then also gives me an extra eye of the game myself, like a little bit more knowledge of the game, so I can also not necessarily coach, but try to help the players that are in my spot right now, like Matt Wright and Malachi right now. And so I've been just trying to help them critique what I see because I've played it for so long, and see the little things that they're doing that the coaches, coach won't necessarily see. They're too focused on other things like that. And so I think it's just, I've been helping them like that. So
now, sure, you've been able to watch a lot of film on Heritage. What does the defense need to do to shut down the War Eagles tonight?
Well, mainly I think we just need to keep our composure. We've had too many unsportsmanlike conduct calls and things like that. So I think if we keep our composure and we stop the run game, I think we'll be just fine.
Miller, thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight in your first game back. One last quick commercial break, but when we come back, Coach Wood will be here to help break down the War Eagles. WCSN will be right back.
People treat us like we're kids. Yeah, we're kids. We're also all-stars. We're quarterbacks. We're fighters. We're teammates. We're hype men. We make each other strong. We're kids for now, but we're all-stars for life.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, They soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks. Bring on summer.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Ever since we incorporated theater into our practices, our hustle plays have increased 60%.
No, guys, I need more emotion. I want to feel it. Show me the emotions. Oh!
Here with us now to help close out the show is none other than Coach Wood. Coach, tonight will be your first home game in over a month. How big will it be having the game back at home tonight?
I don't know if we'll know what to do with ourselves. I mean, we have been gone for a month, and we're excited to be at home. There's nothing like being in the Navy Blues and in front of our home crowd. Homecoming, it's a fun night. It's fun for the kids, and we're ready to get on the field and play some football, get that bad taste out of our mouths from last week.
Now let's talk about injuries real quick. Blaze Witchen has been out with a concussion, but he said last week that he possibly could play tonight. Is he going to start under center, or will Hunter Wood start under center? Like, who's looking at
Blaze is back. I mean, as soon as we started back on Sunday, it was Blaze's deal, and we're excited to have him back. I mean, he just makes us better when we have Blaze on the field for us, being able to slide Hunter back to receiver. And, we got Nick Buchanan back this week from his concussion. Some big exciting stuff. We get Miller Herndon back from his ACL. As someone we lost in spring ball, one of our returning starters from last year, and we get him back. He'll be on limited snap count, but excited to see him back in uniform playing for us. And then that's a good one. Alex Larson continues to get healthy at center, so we're slowly getting some guys back.
Now, you spoke about it earlier about Miller Herndon. We just reiterate how big of a deal it will be having him back on the defense tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Miller's, last year he's a juice guy. I mean, he plays with a lot of energy, a lot of fire. He's a physical presence, strong guy, athletic, can run. So for us defensively, it just continues to enhance that group and make them stronger. And like I said, we're realistic. We know we probably can't go out there and get 60, 70 snaps out of him. But, if we can get 25, 30 snaps this week, and that way we can start building him up for the stretch run in our league, I think that's going to be huge. But I'm more just excited for Miller. It's his senior year, the opportunity to be on field playing and getting reps. He deserves this opportunity, and I'm excited to watch him in action.
That's great. Now tonight you'll face off against Rogers Heritage. What can we expect out of the War Eagles?
Well, I think Coach Travis is doing a good job with them. I mean, they've struggled earlier this year, but it's not from coaching schematics and effort by their kids. I mean, they do things right. They've just had some unfortunate breaks go against them. And I think we're going to see a team that's getting better each and every week. They're going to be better this week than they were the week before. They're pretty sound. I mean, they don't put themselves out of position. And so for us, we've got to go out and execute and play at a high level.
What are Wildcats need to do to walk away with a win tonight?
Well, I think anybody that watched us play last week is fix special teams. And, I think you can see that globally across the country when special teams don't do real well, it sticks out. And so for us, we really focused on this week. We want to be clean in special teams, create some turnovers offensively, play ahead of the chains. I mean, we cannot play 1st and 20, 1st and 15, 2nd and 20. I mean, we've got to get 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4s, move the ball down the field. I think you got to be able to attack the field horizontally, vertically, and just with your running game. So we're going to try to have really good balance with those 3 areas tonight.
That's good. Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight. That's all the time we have for this week. Don't forget to join the Varsity Club, as all proceeds benefit Springdale Athletics. Plus, make sure to follow us on our social media at HAR-BER WCSN on Twitter, or visit our newly created webpage, wildcatsportsnetwork.com. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Nick Luttrell. Up next is Kickoff. We'll see you next week.
What is pain? What is pain to you? Do you understand? Do you even know what pain is? Stop running for that. Embrace the pain that you're gonna feel when you're trying to do something great. Let's change what follows our I am. I am successful. I am powerful. I am great. I am amazing. What follows your I am is gonna shape your day, your year, and your life. I am great. I am amazing. With greatness comes pain. Pain can't be your enemy, it has to be your friend. You have to learn to embrace that pain. You have to learn to dig deep. When you feel that pain in your heart, when you feel that pain in your leg, the pain in your arm, you gotta learn to push through, dig a little bit deeper. Just know that that other person on the other side that wants to conquer you, wants to defeat you, is going through the same thing. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna impress their will upon the next man, the next woman, the next person that's gonna struggle through the pain? On the other side of pain,
Are you all in? Are you ready to sacrifice? No more excuses. Get it done.
How bad do you want to be great?